You're not mad that I hit Roman with the chair. You're just mad because you didn't do it first. And there we are. I'm Charles Renton with my review of WWE Smackdown from Kansas City, Missouri. We're heading west, all the way out west to Inglewood, California, where in just over 2 weeks, we will be in SoFi Stadium. And man, WrestleMania 39, SoFi Stadium, that's a big goddamn deal. Who could possibly pull off a deal like that? Well, many people were involved, but we gotta thank men such as Mayor James T. Butts Jr., Mayor Butts. It will always be funny. Mayor Butts, a very cheeky individual that loves to just put his full-on posterior right down on any bill that he wants to squash. Wants to kibosh, Mayor Butts will sit down and he will do his goddamn job. Nevertheless, enough about Mayor Butts. I could say a lot, and I will, in the upcoming reviews, including the reviews for Night 1 and 2 of WrestleMania 39. But this show started good, ended even better. The crowd pops, holy goddamn shit, they were really up for that end, weren't they? They were really goddamn up. Kansas City was a hotbed for professional wrestling, especially in the territory days. You can read up about that. But we got, I do want to say right now, the theme for Smackdown sucks. It's absolutely terrible. Absolutely goddamn terrible. But we get Cody Rhodes. Cody manufactured Rhodes, and look, I'm used to him sounding insincere, but he workshops this stuff. He performs it well, people are eating it up. I see right through it because it's like a goddamn politician on a wrestling program. And not even a good one. One that is very insincere, but man, he pours his insincere heart and soul into this. He wants to get Owens and Zayn reunited. So he calls out Owens, and then Zayn comes out, and they have their back and forth. And Cody's really trying hard because he says, Owens, when I left WWE and wished them the best in their future endeavors, I needed contacts. You put me in contact with some really good people. I went on to do great things, and now I'm back here, and I can't thank you enough. I'll never be able to repay you. And Zayn trying to go over the history, talking about all the times that they had the fighting, the getting back together. We're never, ever getting back together. Taylor Swift, you were wrong, because Zayn and Owens always get back together, eventually, kinda, sorta, especially by the end of this show. How long will it last? Who knows? But Cody says, we're in the people-pleasing business. Yes, Cody, we goddamn get it. Oh, Jesus Christ. But basically, Zayn says, we gotta take down the bloodline together. And Owen says, I've heard it. I'm sick of hearing it. I don't want to hear it anymore. Why would I want to fight with someone who doesn't want to be my friend? Because Zayn said we don't even have to be friends. But then Owens really, hitting that one shot. Yeah, okay, that seemed a little underwhelming. We go to break. We come back, and Zayn is trying to talk to Owens just before he leaves. And he says, we'll always be friends. We're better than friends. We're brothers, and I love you. And then that's it. That's it. That's all I want to say. And then Owens takes off. Obviously, this is a hook for Owens to come back. And then we have the first match. Rhea and Dominic against Santos Escobar and Zelina. Oh boy, Dominic in an opening match. Dominic all over this show. Man, I wish WCW had won the Monday Night Wars by this point, and that's unfair because I really like the opening segment, like the closing segment, and jeez, Dominic is just terrible. He's just egregiously offensive on the mic and in the ring. I love Rhea. Zelina got to show off a little bit, but when she can walk under the bottom rope without ducking, sorry, I can't really take her seriously. Riptide, 1, 2, 3. Also, they went 90 seconds before going to the break and then came back, and then we got a little mix-up in a few moves, and then the Riptide. So there you go. Hell of a Riptide where she just folded her up. That was a nice image. So anyway, Dominic cuts a promo on Ray. Ray then appears on screen, and we go to break. Ray comes out to set the record straight. This took forever. Forever to accomplish nothing. Well, he did say he would beat his ass, but you're my son. I can't do that. I would love for you to be at the Hall of Fame, but I can't fight you. And Dominic does the same old deadbeat dad kind of stuff, whatever. It's just, there are people looking forward to this. That's fine. I'm not. I don't care. I don't care. This feels way forced. The Cody stuff, at least, works on somewhat of a level, but there are people chanting, beat his ass, beat his ass. Anyway, 2 Mania Showcase matches are coming up. Men's and women's tag team 4-ways. So we're going to get, qualifying matches. 2 on SmackDown, 2 on Raw. Maybe we get a team from NXT and we actually get some call-ups and we get something interesting because I thought they weren't going to do clustered matches at this WrestleMania. Well, nevertheless, they're going to relent and get most people on the goddamn card. Liv and Raquel took on Emma and Tegan in a qualifying match. And good job selling the arm, Tegan. Good job. Good job. Emma got planted, and then Liv hit Oblivion 1, 2, 3. Yeah, there really wasn't much to this, and the crowd really didn't care, but good on Liv. She's going to WrestleMania. Unfortunately, Raquel also is. So, recaps of the Charlotte Rhea stuff. Charlotte comes out, and what in the name of Tron was she wearing? It was weird. Also, sponsored by Progression. The name of the sponsor is Progressive, Michael Cole, you egregiously offensive, stupid motherfucking bastard of a commentator. Nevertheless, let's get back to that. Progression. We should have some progression and progress past the need for Michael Cole on commentary. So Rhea and Dominic show up after Charlotte says some things, and then they have a bit of a back and forth that was a little bit better than last week's show. Rhea needs that title. She needs to be a star. Mia Goth should have been nominated for an Academy Award for her performance in Pearl, I'm just going to say. And then one sucker punch, and that's it. That's it. Then the segment ends. Oh, no, it doesn't, because then Charlotte says, oh, ho, 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 we need to spice up this feud. We have 2 weeks until Mania. Let's get a big old brawl, beat each other up, throw security. Security gets laid out over the barricade. Laid out, all over. Agents are tremendous. It's chaos and everything, and the crowd is up for this. This feud sorely needed it. It more sorely needs Rhea to win. In dominant goddamn fashion, as far as I'm concerned, I would do 8 minutes and I would have Rhea just annihilate her. They won't do that, and there's a small part of me that worries that Rhea is going to lose. God, I hope she doesn't. But this was good. This was good. This was one of the few highlights of the goddamn show outside of the opening and closing segments. Good God, Kayla. Good grief. It's the green of St. Patrick's Day, and I'm not going to mention pinching, even though I just did. Sami is not sure what he'll do. And then we get clips of 316 Day. Everybody's open up some beers, raise some hell, and beat a couple wives, just like Austin did. LA Knight took on Xavier Woods, and apparently somebody beat somebody's wife because LA Knight got beat really quickly with the backwoods. 1, 2, 3. So then, that was pointless. Just pointless. I don't know what they're going to do with LA Knight at Mania, but it is what it is. Great Muta is going to be in the WWE Hall of Fame. Well deserved. Great Muta. One of the best. One of the best to do, especially in the modern era. Really cool. It was really cool, actually. If you ever get a chance, check out Battle of the Belts. Not the AEW version, but version that people actually attended in droves and actually had stars on them. Check out the NWA Florida Championship Wrestling, or Championship Wrestling from Florida. Battle of the Belts 1, 2, and 3. Great Muta was on a couple of those. He was on as, I believe, the White Ninja. Or the Ninja. I'm trying to remember the exact name. But he was on there during his excursion. Then came back as the Great Muta. But good on Muta. Even if he stuck around way too goddamn long, the guy still was very revolutionary. Kayla tries to get a word from LA Knight. LA Knight immediately says to Ray, hey, you're signing autographs. You don't want to fight your kid? I'll fight your kid. Hey, I'll name myself LA Mysterio so I can play a deadbeat dad. And then Ray punches him, says some stuff in Spanish I didn't understand, and leaves. And he's like, what the hell did he say to me? So Sheamus and Drew make their entrances. Imperium show up to basically be at ringside to indicate that we are going to get some shenanigans in the following match. Though first, it's funny, on the Fox app that I watched, Fox Sports app, it's funny that Fox Aryan Nation News is doing a piece on the hoax that Jussie Smollett did. You know, that whole thing, and, which was bullshit. Shouldn't have done that at all. They talk about that hoax, which they should, because let's be perfectly honest, you should call out people that purport that kind of stuff. But they won't call out their on-screen staff for what they've said about the pandemic, or about the election not being stolen, or about January 6th being a goddamn abomination. January 6th, 2021, by the way. They won't do that, but they'll call this out. Bunch of goddamn clandestine individuals, if you know what I mean. So, Sheamus and Drew had number 1 contenders match. Will the Irishman lose on St. Patrick's Day? He will not. They'll both lose, or they'll both win. Hard to really tell exactly how they could have justified this. Actually, it sort of made sense why they did. Wade got blown off by Gunther. That sounded a lot less dirty in my head. Big superplex to a break, and then they kept going at it, and then eventually they were going to do a double countout spot. Gunther gets in the ring and just flat out yells at the referee, stop doing this, stop it, get some help. And then Imperium are in there after Sheamus and Drew get to their feet, and then they attack them. So Gunther, after winning a singles match, his goons beat up the two guys at the same time, which means we're getting a triple threat. I mean, they kind of made the champion seem like an idiot after what he was saying, but nevertheless, this is where we were going. Pierce makes a triple threat. For the love of God, keep the title on Gunther. Keep the title on Gunther so he can win, so he can break the record, beat Honky Tonk Man's record, and then there you go. Do whatever the hell you want after that. That's fine. Have him beat the record because Honky Tonk Man never deserved to be the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion in history. Should have had it for 54 days or 34 days. He shouldn't have had it for like 400-something days. Nevertheless, Sami and Jay, they're having their face-to-face. They're running low on time, and they fired off stuff immediately. Jay was like, he never liked him, but the Tribal Chief did. All these people did. Heyman did and all that. So, yeah, I decided to do that, but this is my family. I will do anything to protect my family. Almost let an N-word out. He really, I thought it was just my feed, but a lot of people noticed. I go, ooh, good thing you didn't say that. Would have had a Booker T moment in WCW. Sherry having to calm him down and everything. Wish Sherry would have calmed me down. Anyway, moving on from that. Sammy's firing back, all this, like, this is what we're going to do. Like, talking about great stuff. You're just a fake-ass oos is what Jay said to him. And then they start going at it. I can't do this segment justice. You got to check it out because they had some really good barbs, but they were running low on time, so they started to have a fight. And then Jimmy runs in, and then suddenly Kevin Owens' music hits to a huge pop. Good grief, that was massive. And they're staring there waiting for him to come down the entranceway. Then lo and behold, he gets in the ring in the hooded jacket, beats him up, does all this. They try to get on him, but he ends up hitting one with a stunner, hits a pop-up powerbomb. The crowd roars, and then the crowd really roars when they hug. And then they cut immediately back to Cody. Cody acting like the proud manufactured papa that was so happy that he did this. And big pop, big moment. And this, obviously, is going to give us the Tag Team Championship match that we're going to get at WrestleMania. So, it opened good. We had a good brawl between Rhea and Charlotte. We have more bullshit with Rey and Dominic. Some people like him, I don't. And a great closing segment. So that was one of the better episodes of SmackDown. Now, I will say that will be one of the last good episodes of SmackDown, because next week's may be good, but then the night before WrestleMania, they're probably going to tape that one, and we're probably not going to have all that much for it. Why? Because, let's be honest, the night before WrestleMania, it's not going to be all that important. They got to tape that because they're going to have the autograph signs and everything, and the WrestleMania Abscess, I think that's how that goes. They're going to make sure that Raw is the last live show they do until WrestleMania, which, of course, SoFi Stadium, thanks to Mayor James T. Butts Jr. Mayor Butts. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Recklin. I'll see you soon.